Welcome back everyone to Lemma's Creations DIY. My name is Tammy. In today's video, I am participating in the Try It Tuesday challenge, where you take someone else's YouTube's creation and make it your own, something that you were inspired of. Let's start crafting. My first inspiration comes from Sammy from Unicorn Dust Designs. Let's see how I do. So I found these 4 pumpkins at Dollarama. They were about $1.25 each. First, what I tried to do is sand all that glitter stuff off. I tried peeling the paper. I tried using a scraper thing. I got most of it off, but yeah, I decided let's use the back. So I mixed some of my baking soda and house paint with a little bit of brown, and I painted this first pumpkin that color. I do the front and all the sides. Then I take some brown and a little bit of that other mixture, mix it together, and I paint the second pumpkin with that color. The front on all the sides. Taking some orange and a little bit of brown, mix them together, I paint the third pumpkin. And then taking some green and a little bit of brown, I paint the fourth pumpkin. I've come to notice I never use just the paint color in the paint jar. I always mix it with another color. Go figure. Now I found these pictures on the Graphics Fairy. Thank you, Sammy, for mentioning them. They're pretty awesome. What I did is I wetted my paintbrush, ran it along the side of the picture, and I'm just tearing it off. I do that to all 4 of these pictures. They have some pretty awesome pictures on there. If you're ever looking for pictures, check there. Then taking my furniture repair marker, I just lightly go around the edges, and because it was wet, it would kind of soak in the marker and made it look really cool. And that's how it kind of turned out. I did that to all 4. Now taking my Mod Podge, I'm going to put Mod Podge on the back of the picture and then just carefully place it onto the pumpkin. And here I'll show you again. Just taking the picture, putting Mod Podge on the back of the picture, and then you just carefully place it on and rub it down. I did it to all 4. Now taking some more brown and a chippy brush, and I dry most of it off, I'm just going to lightly go over all the pumpkins just to distress them just a tad bit. So I found this cardstock paper in my stash, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace each of the pumpkins onto it, cutting them out for the shape. I'm going to do all 4 pumpkins. Then using my scissors, I just cut them all out. Now using my hot glue, I'm just going to glue them onto the back of the pumpkins. You can use Mod Podge, you can use a glue stick, you can use hot glue, anything you really want to attach them to the back. Just so the back is all nice and covered and all that sparkly, gooply yuck back there is all covered up and gone. Simple and easy. Now for some embellishments, just taking some jute cord, I'm going to glue and wrap 2 of the pumpkins with this cord. There's this one and the green one I do this too. I just glue and wrap until I gather it up at the top and she's done. Then taking some raffia, I'm going to tie it onto the stem. And then I also have this sweet little ribbon here. It's really pretty stuff. And I'm going to wrap and tie that on there as well. Add a little leaf into the middle there, and that one is done. This 4th pumpkin, I take a bundle of the raffia, I tie it onto the stem, and then I just do a simple bow. I learned not long ago that the stem is called a peduncle. I think I'm saying that right. It's a peduncle. I like that word. Peduncle. And then I had these little berries and I embellished the top of that one. For this green one, I stick this pretty little flower on it. And for the other one, I put a brown leaf. Now I was playing around with how I wanted it set up. Sammy had hers, she would glue a small one and a big one together. And I couldn't figure out how to do mine because the green pumpkin in front would cover up all the pictures and I didn't want the pictures covered up. So I found this little piece of board in my stash. It was already stained this color, and I thought, perfect, this will work great. So I glue the two of the tall ones to each of the sides. I glue this orangey one right in front, and I'm just going to leave the green one standing as it is. Embellish this little stand a bit with some leaves and a pine cone, and she's done. I love it. So what do you think of my version? Not quite like Sammy's, but I really like how they turned out. That Graphics Fairy website is pretty awesome, and all of their stuff is free, at least most of them. Pretty awesome. Today's video is hosted by Sammy from Unicorn Dust Designs. She is one wonderful crafter. If you haven't seen her, go on over and check her out. She's got this new thing where she does crime and crafting. So as she's crafting, she'll tell you about a crime story. It's pretty awesome. You need to go check that out. Second craft, my inspiration is from Annie from Indiana Jones. She did an owl, but we're going to do something different. So I have this jar in my stash. The lid was all cracked and stuff, so we're going to stick that aside. Maybe use it for something else. Taking some yellow tissue paper, I'm going to draw out a triangle and a mouth, and then I'm going to cut them out. Taking some Mod Podge, we're going to glue all those little pieces down with Mod Podge right onto the glass. Glue Mod Podge underneath, Mod Podge on top. And don't forget his mouth. Then taking this mop head I got from Dollarama, I'm just going to cut a piece off, and I'm going to go around the eyes and the mouth. Annie used toilet paper, which was pretty cool. She just kind of rolled it up in a long piece and used toilet paper. But I thought I had this in my stash and it's just been sitting there, so I thought I'd try and use this instead. I was also in my garage and had no toilet paper with me. Do the second eye, and then I also do the mouth the same way. Now, taking some white tissue paper, we're going to cut some off, and we're going to Mod Podge the tissue paper all the way around this jar and over top of the mop head pieces that are around the eyes. We're going to tissue paper over top of those as well. You just work in sections and take your time and move the tissue paper around, and eventually it all gets done. I do the entire jar like this along with the top. And then this is how I do the front. I just take little pieces, add the Mod Podge, cut little slits where I need to so I can lay down properly, and then I just, using my paintbrush with Mod Podge on it, push it all into place, making sure everything is sticking all nice and good. Now that everything is dry, and I just pulled the bottom part off that was sticking out, I just pulled that off with my hands. Taking some orange and some brown, we're going to we're going to paint the entire pumpkin that color. Taking some black, we're going to paint in his teeth. He's got some horrible black teeth, needs to brush more. Taking some green and some brown, we're going to paint the parts that stick out from the eyes and the mouth. Just doing it very carefully. And then taking some brown and some orange, we're going to go over all the bumps on this jar. Kind of like how a pumpkin would have his ridges there. And then taking a smaller brush, I'm going to blend it all in. So it's not these thick, fine lines that look like a paintbrush line. And then I also use the same color to paint the rim of this jar. And here is my version. I love him. He's so cute. Thank you, Annie, for the inspiration. That was one wonderful craft you did. You made an awesome owl. I hope you like my pumpkin. I'd like to say thank you to Sammy for hosting this challenge. It's really fun to do. I thank everyone for watching. If you can, follow me on Instagram. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Bye.